welcome to the penultimate part of the Matrix Path of Neo commentary with me, Skully the Metalhead. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother just remaining silent over this cutscene because, well, that's pretty much all this is. We're in the Matrix Revolutions portion of, the Path of Neo, and, yeah, it's really short if you hadn't noticed. If you couldn't tell, at this point in the movie, Neo and Trinity have just come aboard the Logos to head to the Machine City and just essentially work out peaceful terms with the machines. Of course, Bane, who in Matrix Reloaded was possessed by Agent Smith, he's trying to kill Neo because he hates him, as demonstrated by the fact that he just blinded him right there. And he grabs a stick, which somehow makes an electrical crackling sound, which in the Matrix Revolutions was like an actual power coupling. I gotta admit though, I do kinda like the design of Neo being blind in this game. Looks pretty cool, and gory. But, honestly, I kinda wish we got to play this level because, you know, you could just use Kung Fu, use the lightning gun, and honestly, the fact that they didn't make it playable is just kind of disheartening. But alas, Neo can perceive Bane for who he truly is, and, well, here comes a gory discretion shot. Ooh! That looks sick.
Mr. Anders, I've been looking for you.
Well, you asked for it, kiddies. Neo vs. Smith, the final battle where Smith makes strange noises. Yeah, this battle is divided up into several segments akin to that of the... actually, it's kind of unlike any other battle in the game where we get to actually use flying controls, which I'll get to later. Of course, if you knock Smith into the Agent Smiths, he will just catch him and go, "Go on, buddy, get at him again!" And of course, when Neo's knocked into the Smiths, well, I think you'll find out eventually. But, yeah, the purpose of this fight is to basically just attack Smith in, well, tiered results. And the first phase is quite easy, just as long as you don't let Smith beat you up. But don't worry, he's got plenty of moral support with his clones who just don't do anything. I never really got that, to be honest. I mean, like, this scene is supposed to imply that it's the original Smith, but, you know, as Revolutions would later prove, that's actually the Oracle. Or at least the data form of the Oracle that Neo was possessing. I mean, Smith was possessing. Excuse my language. Jeez, he took a little while to get up. But, yeah, one interesting thing about this fight is that your focus can completely regenerate, unlike any other part in the game. There's no need for focus refills anymore, you can just get as much focus as you need to just by having it regenerate. Not that it would really have that much of a chance, because it can regenerate quite quickly, but, you know, just don't expect Smith to be standing around and giving you a chance to, I don't know, level up. Whee! Random road textures? Oh boy, here it comes! Yes, and apparently Smith can fly as well for some reason, which looks ridiculous to me for some reason. And so, we get to the flying minigame. To be perfectly honest with you guys, the controls here are rather sluggish, and I kind of summed up everything I needed to say on this in my review, but I don't know, I mean, not that I was expecting some Sonic the Hedgehog style, you know, flying around the battlefield and just eliminating your enemy, but I just kind of expected a little bit more from it than this. I mean, the plus side to any of this flying section was probably the fact that you can just fling Neo and Smith into buildings, and it has a pretty cool soundtrack going on in the background, which is pretty cool. Whoa. All that and the random destruction you can cause across the place. But overall, I don't know. I really feel like they probably could have done better than this. I mean, hell, even a marked speed section involving flying probably would have been better than this. But alas, we must use our Mega Punch, which was just conked out for a second. Whee! Ow. Oh god, Neo, you silly sausage. Ooh. And now, we get to a scene that I don't think was in the movie, because I'm pretty sure for the majority of the Neo vs. Smith battle in the Matrix Revolutions, it mostly took place outside, with just Neo and Smith fighting either in the air or in the streets. I guess this is just another one of those little extensions, but this, I don't know, just doesn't really make any sense. There is also an extended sequence to this where you can knock Smith to the floor below and you fight with, like, steel beams, but I don't know. Just something simple for a simple fight, I guess. Doesn't even take very long either. Smash! Oh, that just ruined my fun. Whee! Fortunately, this doesn't kill Smith because he can fly. Now, since the commentary seems to be glitching up a lot, and really, a lot of what you're seeing right now is just more of the same, I'm going to be using that little Optimus Prime transition thing to, well, cut ahead to the point where it's relevant, so, let's go. Yeah, this is a really weird section to commentate over, but yeah, for whatever reason, Neo and Smith kind of detour into this little building where you can end up finding one of the oh, never mind then, it's pretty much over. Man, the audio was desynced as shit right there. But yeah, basically what happens in the Kira Rowan Corp building is basically that you can use that to find one of the secret briefcases, which, as you already know by this point, contain concept art and just a bunch of other little hidden goodies. But honestly, there isn't really much to say about the flying sections. It's pretty much just happy slaps until either Neo falls or Smith falls, which I guess is one thing I can talk about, just to pad things out a little. There are two ways that these fights can go. Either Neo kicks Smith's ass and, you know, Neo ends up coming up on top, and then there's the canon version of the movies where Smith ultimately keeps on trumping Neo, which is ultimately there as a metaphor of Smith's inevitability, in the sense that yes, he's always going to come on top, but as soon as he kills Neo, he's fulfilled his purpose. But does this game adhere to that kind of, prophecy? No, it doesn't. That's not even really a prophecy, it's just kind of, purpose in a nutshell, I guess. Which, as I mentioned before, and I believe the third tier of filler missions, I really do like how the Matrix handled the prophecy thing compared to other things. But then again, I don't want to make myself embittered, so yeah. I'm kind of surprised how far you can fly back just by getting punched, like, with a regular attack, because you're not even using focus, and Smith just went flying. Both literally and figuratively. And also, I have my coffee, which is currently all gone, and it is currently raining outside, so hopefully I can finish recording this part, and then, assuming all goes according to plan, the final boss. Oops, that's kind of a spoiler. But yeah, it is actually raining outside, which is quite fitting considering that this battle takes place in the rain. Hope there's some thunder as well, because that'll just completely seal the deal. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I really wish the flying controls could have been so much more. Like, honestly, if I was to have anything, I'd probably say kind of like a mixture between, like, Kingdom Hearts 2, with its combat system, combined with, you know, the focus abilities and, you know, a bunch of the attacks that Neo did in the Revolutions movie, because, honestly, if we got to see more of that, then the battles would have been fun as hell. Kick. Owie! You shot me in the ass. And here we go. Come on. Oh, and the models failed to load. And Q Skully reviews an intro clip. I really love that little clip right there. I mean, that's honestly why I used it in the intro to the reviews alongside the Mudvayne song. I also kept the audio into the Thunder clip because that sounds really fucking badass. And DMC Devil May Cry totally stole that moment. Just saying. And so, Neo's without his sunglasses and we get the final upgrade of the game. The Mega... Whoa. Nearly spoiled it. The Mega Punch. What it basically is pretty much the Hyper Strike combo, and that's really just it with an added cutscene onto it. Of course, it's done in the style of the Killing Blow in which you have to charge up L1 and circle. But yeah, this is the Mega Punch. I gotta admit, I was kind of expecting like maybe this would be pretty much like the easy way of accessing the one combo, which is done through a variety of button presses, which is actually one of the most powerful moves in the game, and is very, very difficult to pull off, which I've only ever done so once. But man, is it pretty satisfying, but honestly...
It's my world, Mr. Anderson, my world!
Okay, calm down, Smith. Still a really good voice actor, though. But, yeah. This is basically just the last finisher. Charging. You see? It's basically the Mega Punch, except just this. I also really like this little moment. Yeah, I really like the little oh, like the slow motion effect. It sounds, it's goofy but cool at the same time, you know. And kick. What the fuck? Ooh. Owie! This is pretty much the final battle. Just atmospheric as all hell. Ooh. That's still painful no matter how many times I look at it. Ow. There isn't really too much you can say. I mean, there's no way you can reach the upper level where all the Smiths are gathered. So, essentially, you're just kind of having the final beatdown with Smith. And assuming that this follows the canon of the movies, which it clearly has considering the fourth wall breaking earlier, this is clearly the final boss ever. Ooh. Aerial killing blow. And it did jack shit. Seriously, even the ground pound didn't do anything. Ooh. Kick, 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 kick. And boot to the head. As you can tell, I'm trying to pad this out so that there won't be any dead air. Ooh. Punchy sound design. But this should be the final attack. Nope. Well, I spoke too soon. Ow! God damn. Come on. Okay, this should be the final attack, assuming Neo stops dancing around like a ballerina. And this should be it. Ooh. Now that's how you finish off a final boss. Punch him upward through the road somehow. Fuck it, it's a cool final boss. Blah, dead. What? What is this? Surely we have completely beaten the game and that there is nothing more after the final Smith boss fight. What is going on? Where's these Atari sprites?
I'm Andy Wachowski. And I'm Larry Wachowski.
or rather Lily and Lana Wachowski, as, well, 2016 has proven. Actually, I find it kind of funny that Larry Wachowski, well, then Larry Wachowski, has a very pink-looking Atari sprite. But yeah, basically what these two are here to say is that congratulations, you beat the game. Now, we were going to have the ending the same, but then we realized that the Matrix Revolution sucks. So, why don't we just change the ending? And so they did, and it... Actually, I really do like this scene. Is it sad that I completely understood that, like, after fucking over 10 years of playing this game?
At this point, it's martyr time.
But basically they're just saying that you're going to fight a giant robot, which is...
This thing is, well, lame. Really lame. If you're like us, then right now you're ready for 15 minutes of sweaty palmed button pushing action.
Oh, trust me, that is anything but sweaty button pushing action.
We thought it would be cool after Smith rose up screaming, "It's my world,"
which was done midway through the other fucking boss fight.
Into one massive monster mega Smith.
So if you're ready, it's time for a little.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm Skully, keep it new metal, and I'll see you for the final part of the Matrix Parthenia commentary. See you later.